Imagine this. A mother in a quiet American town receives a brown, wrinkled envelope. The handwriting is shaky, almost desperate. She doesn't know it yet. But this is the last letter she will ever read from her son. The letter begins softly, like a whisper carried across the battlefield. Dear Mom, if you're reading this, it means I didn't make it home. I don't want you to cry, Mom. I want you to be proud. Proud that your son stood for something. Proud that I wasn't afraid to walk into the fire when others needed me. Proud that, even in the middle of war, my heart never forgot you. The mother's hands tremble as she holds the letter. Her eyes blur with tears, but she keeps reading because these are the last words her son will ever say to her. Do you remember when I was a little boy and you told me that heroes don't wear capes, they wear scars? You were right, Mom. I wear mine now, not on my skin, but in my soul. Every night here feels like a lifetime. The desert is cold, the silence is heavy. But what keeps me alive is the picture of you on the porch, waiting for me to come home. The story pulls you deeper. This is not just ink on paper. These are words written in the middle of gunfire, with dust in his lungs and fear in his chest. Every sentence is a heartbeat. Every pause feels like a goodbye. And then he writes the words no mother should ever read. If tomorrow doesn't come for me, promise me you'll keep smiling. Don't let my story end in sadness. Let it end in love, because love, Mom, is what brought me here, and love is what I'll carry with me wherever I go next. Mom, there are nights out here when the silence is louder than the gunfire, nights when the desert feels endless, and I wonder if the stars above us are the same ones you're looking at back home. Sometimes that thought is the only thing that keeps me from breaking. He pauses while writing, his hand shaking in the dim glow of a flickering camplight. Around him, the world is chaos, but inside the letter, he's building a bridge back home. I made brothers here, Mom, not by blood, but by something stronger. We carry each other through hell. When one of us falls, we all feel it. You'd like them, the way they joke in the middle of danger, the way they laugh when death is just a step away. They remind me of the boys back in our town, except now every laugh could be our last. He describes one night, a night heavy with smoke, the ground trembling with explosions. That night, Mom, I thought of you, while bullets tore through the air, while the sand turned red around us. I kept hearing your voice in my head, you telling me to be brave, you telling me not to give up, and I didn't, because I couldn't, not while my brothers were still fighting beside me. He remembers carrying a wounded friend on his back. He cried out, Mom, not for God, not for victory, but for his mother. Isn't that something? Even at the edge of life, we call for the one who first gave us life. I held him tight and told him he wasn't alone. And I prayed, oh, how I prayed that someone, somewhere, was holding you safe at the very same moment. The letter bleeds with emotion. Every line feels heavier, as if he knows time is running out. Mom, I want you to know I was never afraid of dying. What I feared most was not seeing you again, not hearing your voice, not having one more chance to hug you and say thank you for every sacrifice you made so I could stand here in this uniform. And then he writes something that tears the mother's heart in half. If tomorrow I fall, don't remember the war. Remember the boy who used to run barefoot in the yard. Remember my laugh, not the silence that follows it. Remember me not as a soldier, But as your son, the letter reaches its final lines. His handwriting grows weaker, as if each word costs him more strength than the last. Mom, if this is my last sunrise, I want you to know I don't regret a single moment. I carried your love with me into every battle. It was my shield, my reason, my hope. Tell my little sister I'm proud of her. Tell Dad I finally understand the weight he carried all those years, and I hope I made him proud too. And you, Mom, you are my hero. Always have been, always will be. The ink smears at the bottom of the page. Was it sweat? Was it blood? Or maybe a tear? His final tear. When you see the flag folded and handed to you, don't look at it as the end of me. Look at it as a reminder that I lived, I loved, and I never stopped being your son. Even when the world turned dark, I carried your light. And now, I carry it into forever. Silence. The letter ends. Back home, the mother sits on the porch, the same porch her son described. Her hands clutch the letter to her chest, her tears falling onto the paper, blending with his ink. She doesn't scream. She doesn't break. She simply rocks back and forth, whispering his name like a prayer. Neighbors watch from a distance, but no one dares to approach. They know this moment is sacred, a mother grieving, yet holding on to the last gift her son gave her. The folded flag rests on her lap. It is heavy, not in weight, but in meaning. Every star, every stripe, carries the echo of her son's heartbeat. She looks up at the night sky, searching for the same stars he once wrote about. And for a brief second, she swears she feels him there, watching, smiling, at peace. You're home now, my boy, she whispers into the night. Not in body, but in every breath I take, in every memory, in every dream. You're home. And just like that, the story doesn't end in silence. It ends in love. The love of a soldier who never stopped being a son, and a mother who will never stop being a mother.